Well, good afternoon to everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome to the Demonoid Drifter channel. This is Sparky White. Got an update. The hospital tank ICU is empty. All to good luck, and thank God to some ICX, which is the old formaldehyde Malichite Gerren mixture that we used to use back in the day. Well, Hakari has made some that's pretty good, pre-made for you, so you don't have to guess. I'm mixing the old malachite and formaldehyde. But anyways, it worked. I think they spent 7 days in here. No spots for the last 4 days. He was frantic last night, absolutely frantic. Powder brown tang was just about beside himself as of this morning. So therefore I busted ass and got the recovery tank going, which is the 40-gallon tank I was going to hook up to the reef system. It ended up becoming a kind of an isolation tank, and as you can see, sorry for the cloudy tank, I just got it filled up and I haven't taken a magnet to the glass yet, but he's got his color back. He has no more spots, and it appears Paco is healing up for the moment. Both the clowns are doing better. One on the bottom was kind of white this morning, his outer slime coat, as well as Paco. So I busted butt last night and got all the plumbing done and made a run at 8 o'clock this morning for a 3/4 inch vinyl hose to complete the project. I actually had it hooked up with 1/2 inch vinyl hose, but it didn't work, so I had to increase to 3/4 size. And basically I have not hooked this into the main system, but I did drill bulkheads on the main barrel for a future feed for this tank to hook it up to the main system. And I drilled in 4 bulkheads, one here for the UV sterilizer in and out, and here is going to be my drain for the 40-gallon tank into the sump. But at the moment it is being used as a Wort Chiller line, as you would brew beer, except instead of using a copper line, I'm using vinyl tubing. And what I did is I ran a 30-foot coil in here. I don't know if it'll focus, but there's basically a 30-foot coil of 3/4 hose down in here that I hooked up to the bulkheads. And like I said, I'm using it as a Wort Chiller. And what that's doing is controlling the temperature of the water without actually using the same water. Otherwise known as an intercooler, I suppose. Basically water to water intercooler. It transfers the coolness of this barrel into the water that's circulating through the hose in the bottom. So the recovery tank is set up, isolation tank. And everybody got put in here this morning and they're healing up. Of course, I pre-made 55 gallons of water, filled this puppy up. There is my trickle filter / wet dry system that I made. I put ceramic media 1.5-inch balls in the bottom, about 1 gallon of them. 2 gallons of bioplastic media balls in the middle section, and a 7 or 10-inch 4-inch sock up top, I think 100 micron. I'm just going to catch fish poop and whatever with it and rinse the sock every couple days. Just a simple little system for isolation and give them some kind of biological filter. Basically I'm trying to kickstart quickly with some complete start, that and water changes hopefully, and some live Hawaiian black sand or gravel. Always wanted a tank with black gravel from Hawaii, so I probably should have bought the regular Agronite to keep the pH up, but I figured as many water changes as this is going to have, and future to hook up into the main system with everything else, I'll opt for the black live sand. So we'll see how that works. Still have to build the actual light fixture for this tank. Got a temporary one on here at the moment. I'm just happy that Paco and Jaws and Marlena are alive. So we got it working. The reason I call him Jaws is every time I reach in there, the smallest clownfish comes up and nips me. So there's the modifications to the UV sterilizer as well. I piped it in directly to the input fitting for the main pump, so I'm not recirculating UV water, re-sterilizing sterilized water. So that is done. UV sterilizer online working. Got the phosphate changed out and reloaded for another month worth. Carbon dosing is once again running. Protein skimmer, of course, pulling out some nasty. Turn it up a little bit. So I'm real glad to have everybody out of the ICU tank. They was really stressed after a 7-day treatment. I thought I was probably going to lose him last night, so like I say, I pulled an all-nighter and drilled the main sump, put in bulkheads, and got that main tank running. Couldn't drill the bulkheads into that sump without having the tank out of the way, so of course I had to drill them and put the tank in there. And of course I had to move a bunch of stuff in here and rearrange my little desk area before I could do any of it. So I busted ass. Unfortunately, the kick ick that I initially tried to treat the system with does not work. This was a 3rd gallon's worth. I don't know how many weeks, 5-6 week treatment I treated with. Did not work. Lost a pink pseudochromis, no biggie, because he was eating and killing shrimp, but got rid of one bad thing. But I have lost a blue tip acropora in the deal. Looks like I may lose encrusting gonopora, montipora, and a cap monopora is also bleaching out and turning a little bit white. So at least we saved the fish. I have a couple ways to deal with the ick problem. Polyp Lab has medic for reef safe tanks, so I may try that in the main system. I don't know. I have treated the fish that are showing signs and gotten rid of it. Also, I have another option, is what they call a diatom. This is not a real one. This was actually made from a, I think, 8-inch paper filter and a pump, of course. And what I do is I hook it up as a closed system pump, and I load it up with pool diatom. For pools and spas, they use this white powder to load up the filter elements, and so you can get it down to 1 micron or less, so you can pull the dinoflagellants, or flatulence. The dinospores that basically, in the 4 stages of ick, you can catch the swimming spores with a diatom. So that may be another option for me here in a few. We'll see how they do. Hopefully they don't have to go back to the hospital tank and get another treatment. And or I can treat this tank as well with ICX, because it has its own separate biological filter and it's not hooked into the main system yet. So I have options to hook this tank up to the main system or keep it isolated as I have it now. So I just don't want to transfer any more ick or the spores, and vice versa, either way. So I'm trying to put an elimination to it. My opinion, don't buy that. I'm going to try Polyp Lab Medic next, like I said, and see what happens there. Well, everybody have a good day, good weekend. However your week treats you, have a good week. Take care. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Take care. Have a great night.